Welcome back to Moneyline Plus, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope we get to kick off this week winning some money. If you caught my show on Saturday, I went 1-1. We would have hit the Lakers -4, but LeBron goes out with that ankle injury and just kind of ruins that ticket. And then Ben Simmons doesn't play for the 76ers, but they end up covering the 6 points anyway. So I ended up going 1-1. I've been hitting on Oral Roberts in the college basketball tournament, so I'm riding that out until the wheels fall off. And yeah, so if you like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Now today I'm going to talk about the NBA games. There's 8 of them. I only have a lean towards 2, but I'm just going to run through the other 6 real quick so you can kind of get a gist of how I'm feeling. First one, Kings -4 over the Cavs. Don't like either one of these teams. I would lean towards the Kings -4. The Cavs usually play up against better teams, and this isn't one of those. So I would take the Kings -4. OKC goes to Minnesota to face the Timberwolves -2. If Horford and SGA play for OKC, I would take them. But if they don't, I'm going Timberwolves -2. Celtics -1 over the Grizzlies. The Celtics should be a better team. They haven't been playing like it. They're on the road. I would really stay away from this, but if I had to pick, I would go to Celtics -1. Jazz -9 at the Bulls. 9 is a lot to me. I never like taking 9. I think they will cover that, but I would tease that down to 5. But 9, I would stay away from it. But I do think the Jazz pulled that one out. And then the Hawks at the Clippers. Clippers -6.5. I think the Clippers are 6.5 points better than the Hawks. Yeah, so I would that one I would take the Clippers and think they would cover the spread. So the first game I have for you that I have a play on tonight would be the Hornets fly to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. Now, the line right now is -5.5 towards the Spurs. Both of these teams have big changes. LaMarcus Aldridge was traded or just parted ways with the Spurs, and now he's with the Brooklyn Nets, and it looks like they're making a super team over there with Blake Griffin. So, yeah, that's the changes for the Spurs. And then for the Hornets, LaMelo Ball, man, he fractured his wrist. I didn't think it was that bad, but apparently he's out for the rest of the season, and that's devastating for them because he was going to win the Rookie of the Year. He was so far ahead, I think he still might win the Rookie of the Year. They were out of the playoff hunt, or they were out of the playoff seeding before he was injected into the starting lineup, and then after he became a starter, they've just been climbing up the standings. So he's a big part of what's going on in Charlotte right now. Both of these teams are mediocre. They both are 5-5 in the last 10 games, so nothing special there. The Spurs are coming off a tough game against the Bucks. I thought they were going to actually pull that one out. They lost by 7, but it was a pretty close game for sure. These teams have played once this year. The score was 122 to 110. LaMelo almost had a triple-double that game, and Rozier dropped 33. And they still lost. So it's going to be an uphill battle for them in this game. The Hornets are on a 3-game losing streak. I don't expect that to change tonight. And these teams don't really stand out anywhere. I mean, the Hornets are 3rd in assists, but a big part of that is LaMelo Ball and his passing ability. It's very contagious, and it feeds off. Other players feed off of that. And so it's going to be interesting to see how they play without him on the court. I believe the trade rumors in San Antonio, now since those are gone, that the players can settle into their roles. They don't have to worry about it. They're going to have to uproot their family and have that dangling over their head. So I think they'll play a lot better and are more relaxed. Whereas the Hornets, losing someone like LaMelo, that's a problem for them. I don't know how they're going to pick up that production, those kind of minutes. They will. I just think it's going to take a game or two before they adjust and figure that out. So because of that, and they're on the road, my play here would be the Spurs and to cover the points. So I would take the Spurs minus the 5.5. So the second game I have for you is the Raptors head to Houston to face the Rockets. Now the line right now is minus 8.5 to the Raptors. The Rockets are terrible this year. All right, they're the 8th team in NBA history to lose 20 straight games. They're on a 20-game losing streak. Just not playing together at all. I watching the game yesterday against the Thunder. The Thunder had basically a G League team out there, and the Rockets just aren't playing together. You could just see it on their face. At the end of the game, Victor Oladipo takes a transition three. They're down one, transition three with like a minute left, ruins the whole flow. John Wall gets his shot blocked at the end of the game, and you can just see it on Christian Wood's face. They just don't look like they want to play with each other. No one wants to be in Houston right now. It's bad since James Harden left. Now, the Raptors aren't really that much better so far this year. I don't know what's going on with them. They're on an 8-game losing streak. They're 1-9 in the last 10 games, sub 500 on the season, and sub 500 against the spread. Just a really down year for them. A lot of it, to me, I believe, is they lost Ibaka and they lost Marc Gasol, so they don't have no inside presence on offense or defense. They have all the guards, they got good wings, but they just have no interior presence, and I think that's showing in their record this year. Now, these teams have played once so far. The Raptors won that game 122-111. I expect that to happen again this time. The Raptors have much better team chemistry. They look like they like each other. They won a championship with each other. They love each other. They are just having a down year, but they're fighting into the end of games, and that's what I would like to see against this Rockets team for sure. Both of these teams are bad. The Rockets are just worse, okay? Now, they're both coming off a back-to-back. The Raptors played yesterday. I forgot who the Raptors played off the top of my head. And the Rockets played OKC yesterday, and they both lost. So somebody has to snap the streak. The Rockets are on a 20-game losing streak. The Raptors are on an 8-game losing streak. I just think the Raptors are going to snap theirs before the Rockets. 8.5 points seems like a lot to me. I think I would tease that down to like 5. But I do like the Raptors in this one, minus the 8.5 points. So a quick recap. I would go with the Spurs -5 and the Raptors -8.5. So yeah, that's going to be it for me here at Moneyline Plus. I hope you catch the college basketball games. They start early at 10 a.m. Yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and good luck. I hope you catch some tickets tonight.